Now, Chief Meteorologist Scott Dorval with the On Your Side forecast.
All right, let's take a look at these temperatures over the next 10 days. We're going from baseball weather to football weather, certainly. Look at this. We go up to 66 tomorrow. Yes, nice and mild, but then that big temperature drop and another plunge again down to 40. Possibly for high temperature as we get to the day on Tuesday and maybe back to the low 50s towards next weekend. This is some pretty chilly weather and we've got a little wind to deal with, so it's a perfect time to be out there getting your leaves, but the weather's got to cooperate as well. Here's what's happening. We've got good leaf blowing weather for tomorrow because the wind will be fairly light. Be a little bit of a breeze in the morning that might cause an issue, but nothing major. The afternoon looks amazing. Poor conditions Saturday, 15 to 20 mile an hour sustained wind, gust 35 to 40 later in the day. In some places, we'll have some very gusty wind on Saturday, and then on Sunday, the wind will probably settle down. We'll call it so-so because I still think there'll be a little bit of a breeze, but you have to pick one day over the weekend. It would be Sunday, although tomorrow looks really good if you can do it on Friday. Nice and clear across the northwest. You see these high, thin clouds rocketing to the south and to the east with our jet stream there. But all in all, when you look out at the south, with high pressure overhead, it usually means nice weather, but that wind accelerates through the canyons of Southern California. The Santa Ana winds begin to blow, and unfortunately, all the wind you see here is above 15 miles per hour, and there are two new fires near Santa Clarita, northwest of Los Angeles. These are all high wind warnings. We've got the red flag warnings underneath many of these areas as well, and it seems to be getting a little bit worse. Some of these wind gusts over 55 to 60 miles per hour, generally 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts. Looks like there's more wind here than I saw earlier, and these are the two new fires burning. I see structures burning, and some of the local news affiliates showing a couple houses burning, another warehouse burning, and many houses threatened and structures with this, and fires could pop up anywhere because the situation is just not good in Southern California. When you have a big area of high pressure across the west, it sends that wind around and it comes in offshore and it comes down through the canyons and accelerates, and that's what's happening in California. So while we will get some of this mild weather to sneak its way in for tomorrow, and that will be nice, it will then back away, and that will allow this colder weather here. The jet stream will just fold back in and cold air will come straight from north to south and drop in like a rock. So temperatures are going to change. Let's step through about the next 6 days on this northwest map here. Here's tomorrow. We see some 70s, 66 in Boise. Looks beautiful, right? 64 in Bozeman on Friday. On Saturday, Bozeman drops to 37. So you see that plunge going in east of the divide. Boise cooling down, McCall cooling down, gusty wind Friday night and then Saturday afternoon as well. And then now the cold air is really building between Bozeman and Haley with temperatures in the 30s. Boise's at 48 on Sunday. Monday temperature, Boise 47. You see these temperatures to the east even colder, and this would be the coldest day on Tuesday with real cold air. High temperatures not even above freezing in eastern Idaho. Cold, dry air and breezes coming down from the north, only 40 possible in Boise. Now, it may not get this cold on Tuesday. This could be shifted to the east a little bit, but that would still put us in the low 40s. It's going to be a cold day on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, it's still hanging around in the low 40s. Precipitation-wise, this is the next 10 days on our global forecast system computer model. Most all of the heavy moisture stays to the east. This is a dry weather pattern for us, so the initial surge of the cold air will bring in some snow showers to central Idaho, but really that's about it. You see it come in right in here. Some of the higher elevations may get upwards to an inch of snow, but the heavier accumulations, and not real significant, but heavier, further to the east, while drier weather for western Idaho towards the west. This is a closer inspection of just this weekend when that cold air comes in. We do see snow showers from Brundage Mountain up to the Wallowa Mountains, and then down into the central mountains as well, north of Pine and Featherville and some of the higher peaks, a dusting of snow. Nothing major out of this. It will just be wind and cold coming in Saturday, and colder as we get later in the week. It looks like temperatures again only near 40. Here's McCall, beautiful blue skies. Look at that flat Compeya Lake. It's a beautiful evening in McCall right now. And it's going to be a nice day again tomorrow, but the clouds will start to increase later on. Temperatures get to 54. The wind comes in at night around midnight. Some snow flurries could come in Friday night into Saturday, and those temperatures begin to plummet down to 10 degrees Wednesday morning. This weekend in the McCall area, snow flurries Saturday morning, and then 37 bright sunshine on Sunday, but it will be certainly on the cold side. And I've got to show you Redfish Lake because temperatures are dropping into the single digits to 0. 24 for a high on Tuesday, 0 for a low temperature on Wednesday morning. Add some cold air coming in. Here's an exclusive true view of tomorrow's weather today with temperatures Temperatures in the 60s with frosty conditions developing in some places tomorrow, although a little bit of a breeze may hold that up. Look at that, 66, 67, a beautiful afternoon tomorrow. Enjoy it. It'll be very pleasant into the Boise Mountains after a chilly morning. McCall, you'll only get into the mid-50s, but that's milder than it was today, so real comfortable conditions. 64 in Riggins. Stanley and Sun Valley will be in the 50s after lows in the 20s. Again, it's late tomorrow night that our front will come through, and that will bring some blustery wind. And then over the weekend, you see we go from 66 tomorrow into the 50s on Saturday, upper 40s Sunday, and it gets colder and colder.
So we have these cooler temperatures. We're stuck in this, I'm going to call it a bit of a rut.
Yeah, rut. The jet stream looks like a rut.
It does look like a rut for the next week at least, right?
But it's a dry pattern.
Yeah.
We may start to see a little more moisture coming in. We could start to use it now for the skiers. With this cold air in place, I think some of the skiers may actually be testing out their snowmaking. If I were working at a ski area and I wanted to test it early next week's the time to do it.
All right, thanks, Scott.